Today I'm going to be unboxing and setting up the extremely popular iPad Mini 4. Now the iPad Mini 4 is currently available in three colors: gold, silver, and space gray, and is available in two memory sizes, 32 gigabytes and 128 gigabytes. Now the version I'm testing today is the 32 gigabyte Wi-Fi version in gold. Now there is a version of the iPad Mini 4 with both Wi-Fi and cellular, and I'll also leave a link to that below, so feel free to check it out. And as with other devices that I unbox and set up, I will be doing a full review of this device, so stay tuned for that. If you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to stay tuned for that full review. So let's get it out of the box and set it up. And to get it out of its box, I'm going to first slice open the thin plastic cover that surrounds the box, peel off and remove that cover. So the plastic cover is off, and I'm going to open the box up, and the first thing you'll see inside is the iPad Mini 4 itself. Let's take that out, put it aside, and we'll set it up in a minute. And let's see what else you get. First, you have the pack with the quick start guide, some warranty information, and a few Apple stickers, which is pretty standard for most Apple products. And next, very importantly, you have the Lightning to USB cable to charge and connect the device. And last but not least, you have the AC wall adapter, and that's pretty much all you get with the iPad Mini 4. So let's go ahead and set the device up. And in order to do this, we're going to have to peel off this plastic cover just by pulling on that tab and then pulling the iPad out of the cover. Ideally, I do recommend plugging in the iPad and charging it before you use it the first time. It's not absolutely necessary, but it's recommended. So let's go ahead and power on the device. So I'm going to press down on the power button to get it to power up. There you go, it's booting up. So it's booted up and you can see the welcome screen. I'm going to slide to get to the next screen, select my language, which is English, then select my country or region. In my case, it's the United States. And then it asks me to select a Wi-Fi network and log into it. I'm going to select my Wi-Fi network and then enter my password and then hit join. There you go, it's connecting to my Wi-Fi network. And on the next screen, it asks me if I'd like to enable location services. I'm going to hit disable location services for now and hit OK. And then it asks me whether I'd like to set up Touch ID. Now, like most of the newer iPhones, this iPad has Touch ID to unlock the device and to make purchases. Very useful feature. I'm not going to set it up now. You can always set it up later in the settings. And I'm just going to hit set up Touch ID later and then hit continue. And next it asks me to create a passcode, which I'm going to do. This is absolutely necessary. You can't go forward without doing this. And this is a 6-digit passcode. And on the next screen, it asks me whether I'd like to restore from iCloud backup, from an iTunes backup, set up as a new iPad, or move data from Android. Now these are all pretty useful features, especially if you're coming from another iPad or are moving from an Android tablet. In my case, I'm just going to set up as a new iPad. And now it asks me to log in with my Apple ID and password, and this is absolutely required. You can't proceed without doing this. Now, if you don't have an Apple ID, it's pretty simple to set up. I'm just going to use my current Apple ID and log in. Now, if you already have an Apple ID, it will send your primary device a verification code or an Apple ID verification code. That'll be sent to the primary phone number, for example, that was used to set up your Apple ID, and I'm going to enter that code. So I've entered the verification code, and next it asks me to agree to the terms and conditions. I'm going to hit agree. On the next page, it asks me if I'd like to set up iCloud Drive. I'm just going to hit turn off iCloud Drive. You can set this up if you'd like, but in my case, I'm just going to hit turn off iCloud Drive and hit continue. And on the next screen, it asks me if I'd like to set up Apple Pay. I'm just going to hit next. And then it asks me for the verification code on my primary credit card associated with my Apple ID account. I'm going to enter that and then hit next. And now it wants me to agree to the terms of Apple Wallet. I'm going to hit agree and touch agree. Now the last step in terms of setting up the credit card was optional. You can always do it later in the settings. And on the next page, it asks me if I'd like to set up iCloud keychain. I'm not going to do this at this time. I'm going to hit don't use iCloud keychain. And then it asks me if I'd like to set up Siri. I'm not going to do that either. I'm just going to tap on turn on Siri later. And then it asks me whether I'd like to send diagnostics to Apple. I'm going to hit don't send in this case. And there you go. The iPad is now set up and ready to use. I'm going going to hit Get Started to view my home page. So there you go, the iPad mini 4 is set up and ready to use. And as I mentioned earlier, I will be doing a full review of this device, so please stay tuned for that. If you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to stay tuned for that full review. And in case you're looking to buy this device, I've left a link to the device in the description below, so feel free to check that out. And if you found this video useful, please give us a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.